see there'll be a segment here. You'll see it as we go along here. When he comes out there, it'll turn red like it just did. And then as he progresses through the territory, you'll get this will go red, and then eventually that'll go green. I don't know how long he is, but I'm going to say he's probably at least 16, 17 cars long. So there's a segment here, then there's the next. This is a segment, and then this is a segment up to the next signal. Now he's leaving my territory. Once he gets the half moon, then he's the responsibility of the West End dispatcher, and I'm done with him. So so that's pretty much. See, now he's disappearing, so he's off. Well, he's not quite off it yet. The thing is that the cars on this layout don't have resisted wheel sets on them yet, so that that takes time to do all that. So he has a ring engineer rear end train device on the last car that actually blinks, and that kind of helps with the detection a little bit. So it looks like he's cleared track 2 in Columbia Falls, and he still hasn't cleared the turnout yet. Well, this won't clear out till he gets into the next segment. But like this stuff is all programmed. So basically, everything you see here, each turnout, each signal, each detection spot is all an address, a DCC address. So you have, you can use signal decoders, you can use accessory decoders, anything that has an address you can use to make this happen. There's a lot of work involved in doing this. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of work to make this happen. I am just starting to do turnout feedback on my layout, which that means that there's wires run from the switch machines to an NCE AIU, and it just opens and closes a circuit when the switch is in the verge position. So the panel knows what position the switch is in. You can do it without the feedback, but the feedback tells you what's happening. So if you had a macro set and you wanted a macro through a yard, you could hit the macro number, and then you could watch all the turnouts change all the way down the line. If you don't have the feedback and you use a macro, the switches will still change, but they won't show up on the panel. So now the dispatcher won't know what position the switches are in at all. So feedback's important if you're going to have a layout that you want to dispatch and have total control of. I use the same accessory decoders for the signals, the turnouts. The feedback is an NCAIU card. So what that does, it works off a logic ground system, and there's a negative, and then there's 9 points on each side of the cards. You control there's 7. You control 14 functions. So every time, like same thing with detectors. When the train is on in a block, it detects the current, and the DB20 sends a signal to the AIU that something's there, and the AIU sends a signal to the command station, and then the command station sends it out through the serial port out to the computer, and it just works. It's magic. A lot of people worked hard to get to where we are today with model trains. So anyway, there's nothing really much up happening right now. We'll follow this train down to here. He just got into the block at Whitefish down here, and then eventually he's going to get held here because the dispatcher has some track in the hands of the operators there. And there's a job working in Sandpoint over here doing ethanol. They're constantly pulling in and out of it, so I think he just gave him permission.
BNSF 8735 34 to the dispatcher, over.
Dispatcher answering A734. I forgot to tell you, my bad. You need to change your radio to 66 over. Contact the West End dispatcher. So I should have told him that before he left, and I'm so busy talking to you guys that I forgot about that part. So anytime a train comes to me, he has to tell him to change the radio station, and the next time I send down, I have to tell him what to change the radio station. The nice thing about having 2 dispatchers and 2 different radio channels is that you're not hearing everybody talking at the same time. It's very annoying like that. We used to do that in my old layout in Rhode Island. And then we realized that we can split it all up, and we did that, and that's we've been doing that ever since. So the dispatcher gave him a signal. He's going to move him from Whitefish. He's going to move the main track at Sand Point here, and then we don't know. And then I imagine he's going to have these guys clear up so he can get him by. Because what'll happen is he'll go down, he'll back the yard, he'll tie that train down, then he'll jump on another job. And then we'll see this guy emerge again on something else. So anyway, I think you got the gist of what's going on here. I mean, it's the same. It's just a repetitious thing, and just talking to different people. But hopefully, this will help a lot of people understand a little more what this remote dispatching is all about. So, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here now, and I hope you guys have a good night. Take care.